Hello everyone, Rainbow Pig 13 here, and sorry, Mike wasn't down there. Made that mistake before. Yeah, that was too bad. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, you should go back and watch them before you do anything else. So for those of you who have watched some of my videos, today I'll be showing you something I mentioned in, I believe, my second episode where I showed you how to specify players. And I was going over parameters, and I mentioned something called score, or scoreboard, and this is huge if you want to do anything beyond what we've already done, because you can do just so much with this, it's just impossible to even explain. So, I guess I'll have to get started somewhere, and I guess I'll start here. So, if any of you have ever played on servers, you've probably seen a little scoreboard on the side of your screen, or maybe a health bar, like something by someone's name tag, like mine would say Rainbow 13 above my head, and then something like my health. Or maybe you've seen something where you can press tab, and a screen will come down from the top. Well, that is Scoreboard, and I'll be showing you how to do that today, and I'm probably going to spend 5 or 6 episodes going over what you can just do with score. It doesn't sound like you can do much, but you have no idea. So, I guess we'll start out with just the scoreboard command. I won't be using command blocks for this, because you can tab when you're here and you can't with command blocks. So the base command is scoreboard, but that doesn't do anything. So, you can do players, objectives, or teams. Objectives is the most important for this sort of stuff we'll be doing here, so I'll show you that one first. I won't get too much into teams, but I'll show you a little in that aspect. So then, there are several things you can do here. You can list, add, remove, or set display, but before you do anything else, you need to add a score. So this is the objective, or the score, that we'll be showing on the side of the screen. For example, deaths, lives, kills, that sort of stuff. This is used in item shops, so like gold, coins, whatever you want to do. So, we will add one called, how about we just do, well, I guess I should go over something else. First you name it after you have, why do I have list then add? So this is how you create one. You just need to, after that, you need to name it. We will name it Bob, just because it's the thing that comes to mind right away when I think of, never mind. So, Bob, and then there's several different types of things you can do. So if you're reading any of these, this is all sorts of things you can do, like mining block 88, meaning if you mine the block 88, you will get 1 point here. So this just gives you an idea of how insanely extensive this can be. So, obviously, I am not going to go over all of this, because we'd be here literally forever. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at that, okay? You get why I can't go through all these, right? You understand. So I'll be going over just a few basic ones. And the one that I use the most is dummy. I know it sounds funny, but it means it's not actually a command, and this type of score can only be given if it's commanded to. So all these will happen if you do something in the game. The only way you can get added to a dummy score is if you click a button on a command block that inside the command block says give this player 1 score in dummy, or whatever the name is. So that is the dummy score. So you need to do scoreboard, objectives, add your name, what you want to call it in command blocks or commands. So if you're giving someone a point, you will say give whatever you put there. I'm gesturing towards the screen, but you can't see. Whatever you put there, and then the type you want it to be, and then you will give it the name that it will appear to players. So this is how you use it in commands, right there, and this is how players will see it. So we want players just to see it as Bob, so I like to make them the same. You can change them if you want, but it's just simpler to keep them the same. And there, it added Bob, but of course you can't see it, because as you remember, under objectives there was a set display. But before we can get to that, because most of your scoreboard work won't be seen, it'll just be running in the background. So, if I do slash, so then to give a player a point, you do slash scoreboard players. I always forget to add the S, you have to do an S. And then you do add or remove if you want to take away points. You can do clear, reset. There's so many different things you can do with this. I'm just going to do add because that's simpler. And then you do who you want. I believe you do who you want it to be given to. So I just want it to be given to the nearest player. If I wanted to, I could give it to at P within a radius of 5, so you had to get close into here. That's how you do capture the flag maps, by the way. That's part of it. Keep that in mind. I might show you that sometime. And then, after you have that down, you need to specify what score you want it to be given to. So we want Bob. Remember, you have to keep it, capitals are specifics, so. And then the amount you want to be given. So I'll just do 1. I press this button. It set my score of Bob to 1. And if I do slash game rule command block output, oh, sorry, true, so I can see, so it'll tell me it's done this. If you saw my first video, you know what this means. It'll say I get set the score to 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's no other way I can get this score other than pressing this button or score players add at P Bob 1. I can do it that way too. There's clear. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm just going to clear my score here. Oh, nope. Actually, we want players. Add. Rainbow Pig 13. Bob. We're going to want it. No, actually, we're just going to want to clear, aren't we? My mistake. Clear. Oops. Reset. Reset. Okay. We need to reset. Clear isn't one. Reset. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, this resets all my scores. There. And since Bob is the only score, that's the one I'm removing. So, then after that, I will show you a few other ones. There is slash scoreboard objectives add. Here's one that we can do, kills. We'll call it kills because that's what it's going to be. And then this one, oh gosh, that was a mistake. I meant to do something else first. Player kill count. So this is how many kills you've killed with a player, but because there aren't any actual players on this world, I can't demonstrate that. By the way, you can also add with this with command blocks, although even if you haven't actually killed a player. So for example, if you're playing a game like Quakecraft, if you've ever played Quakecraft, you can sometimes get a double kill. If you want to add a third one, just because it's really awesome, then you can do that with a command block. And then we'll just call it kills. And now if I kill a player, it'll, give me a point there, but because I don't have any other players on this world, I can't demonstrate that. So, here's another one, scoreboard, objectives. I'm only going to do one more, which is death count. Add, oh yes, we have to name it. Des. Ah, darn, I forgot to do it again, the first letter. So, death count, and then we're just going to call it Des again. This one I can demonstrate, although I don't really want to, because then I will show it to you how, and of course most of you are still probably wondering how we can set the display onto the side. And that's pretty easy. Instead of putting add, you just do set display, and, well actually, instead of, I spell display wrong, I spell it display. Okay, and then we have to specify which one I think